It is the start of the rainy season, and right now Nusra Wadiko from Utamburu Parish in Arua district is plowing her fields as she prepares to grow tobacco, the main cash crop grown in West Nile. The widowed mother of 7 decided to switch from growing food crops to tobacco to support her family after she realized that food crops brought in very little money. She now says tobacco has since turned her life around.
Minaanza kuona hivi kazi ya sigara iko maradadi. Mina lima sigara, pesa ya sigara mina kamata siku moja.
Currently, Uganda has one of the most stringent laws against tobacco in the world called the Tobacco Control Act of 2015. This law controls the consumption and supply of tobacco and its products. The restrictions are biting hard on tobacco companies, and many are only surviving by buying tobacco from farmers, processing it and exporting it out of Uganda. So far, the West Nile districts of Arua, Koboko, Maracha, Nebi and Yumbe remain the biggest tobacco growers.
You know, alongside the economic activity which they perceive to be tobacco, we encourage them to produce food. They produce our staple foods here, cassava, beans and so on. So we encourage them to produce a lot of this in order to make sure the tobacco does not affect them negatively, especially after harvest.
Sulaiman Aroro is an example of a farmer who has become wealthy through tobacco growing. He now projects that he will make 100 million shillings in this year's harvest if he goes on to grow tobacco on his 12.2 hectares.
Tobacco takes around 90 days plus. It is over. It cannot exceed beyond that. Because when we see, okay, the tobacco that you planted by maybe 20th of March. Know that by the end of June, you are closing to harvest.
Alora has now even gone on to expand to ensure that water is available all year round to water the tobacco. Sulaiman is now employing farming practices such as mulching to keep the soils fresh and moist even after cultivating it several times. Environmentally, tobacco cultivation leads into deforestation, and it is also dependent on strong harmful chemicals. In order for tobacco companies to be allowed to operate in most areas, policies by districts and governments have to be in order and mitigation measures have to be put in place. This tree seedling farm was set up by Meridian Tobacco Company to try and mitigate against climate change and environmental challenges that come as a result of tobacco growing.
The houses we sleep in, they said want to sit in. The good oxygen which you want to breathe in, these things are all coming from trees. But much as we don't involve ourselves, we don't take agroforestry seriously, we're going to have a lot of problems. Not only me, not only you, all of us.
Most of the trees here are meant to also be distributed to farmers to plant in order to conserve the environment. The dry spell and the siltation have also affected some of the rivers that run through the West Nile region, prompting district officials to intervene. Some of the rivers are now undergoing restoration.
We had many activities. One of it is meeting, sensitization with the communities, calling them, mobilizing them to see how to restore this demarcation and the actual planting of papyrus and trees.
West Nile has 3 major companies licensed to operate and buy tobacco from farmers. The common ones are Alliance One Tobacco and Meridian Tobacco Company, making it the biggest exporter in the region.
The whole West Nile, which produced between 12 to 13 million kilos of tobacco, the whole West Nile, all the companies injected in the last year alone around 70 to 75 billion shillings in the local economy. This is only these 3 major districts, Arua, Koboko and Yumbe. So if you remove tobacco from West Nile, how many children are going to be left without school fees? The whole economy is going to slow down because there is no money circulating in the economy.
For many Ugandans, the tobacco conversation is one that is mired in the controversy over whether the benefits of tobacco outweigh the disadvantages. The stringent laws and heavy taxes by government have also seen some of the companies leave, save for a few companies that stand to lose a lot in form of investment input. Suhel Mukevi, NTV.